What's going on, everybody? TK here, back with another Madden 24 video on the road to 99 overall. Now, today's episode is going to be a special episode, mainly because I kind of wanted to do kind of a recap of Season 1, give my own personal thoughts on it, and then kind of looking forward to Season 2 as Season 1 is coming to a close. I wanted to give my thoughts on Season 1 and in regards to the Road to 99 team, and also kind of go over what I'm going to probably do personally for Season 2 to continue to build this team, and give my thoughts on a couple changes here and there. And we have a couple packs to open. Gridiron Guardians just dropped, so we're going to be grinding that out. House Rules just dropped. We're going to be working on that as well. We have new legends in the store. David Castro is in packs. Walter Payton and the man with the beautiful hair, Troy Polamalu. So there is a special offer that I'm going to open with coins, and I'm going to do a small risk with the Gridiron Guardians. So getting into it, looking at the team as a whole, as you can see, we are sitting at an 85 overall. Still have RG3, still have Fred Taylor. I need a new kick returner, but as you can see, we're still working on a couple things. I ended up getting the comp pass for the headliner, so I took Curl as my free 87. He's going to help out in the backside, and with that we switched J.R. Brown to sub linebacker 2. So that's kind of the overall look up at the team. Looking at the comp pass as a whole, as you can see, I am sitting at level 37. I still have to get my dailies done. I still have to get my solo battles done. I'm almost done with the milestones. I'm closing in on the level 48. I did the math out. I should have enough to get the George Pickens by the end of within the 12 days. So we're going to probably take a day and work on that. And then Season 1, I just hit level 53, which gave us a free pack to open up. I still have to finish up my dailies, and I have the stats that I need to get done as well. And I am confident that I will be able to not only potentially get the Jalen Ramsey token, but potentially get the Season 2 XP collectible, which will be huge. In regards to the ultimate kickoff, I am almost done where I can get either the 85 hero or the champion 88, which I think I might go with the champion 88. I have to relook at them and see. And then the Gridiron Guardians, working through that. Closing in on I just need 2 more tackles with Gridiron Guardians to hit the next level, which will be the 2000 XP. So I figure with all these, and by getting to the George Pickens, we should be able to get done XP token, which will be nice. Some of the things that I'm looking at in regards to the challenges overall aren't bad. However, some of these do require like half games, especially once we get into like the ultimate kickoff. The half games, the quarters, please take them out. Those are, if you have to do a half a game, one half of football, and you already have everything done, like that's just a waste of time. Please take those out. It so reminds me of the solos from Madden 20, which were just a pain. The old school, like going all the way back, the old school Forge. It was ridiculous. Overall, looking at the gameplay, I do like the gameplay for this year. I do like that rushing is back. However, blitzing, of course, is overrated. If you're not blitzing, I don't know what you're doing. I try not to blitz that much. I would much rather drop back into coverage and force you to beat me that way, because I'm just really not that kind of a person that just wants to blitz every single play. To me, that's just boring. Now, looking at the comp pass as a whole, I like how you have the dailies. I like how it's split up in regards to the challenges, and I do love the milestones that lead to the rewards. I do like that they took that from last year and they have built upon it. However, the win 7 games, the win 15 games, win 20 games, why? Just take those out. Or if anything, do like win 7 games. There's no reason that you should have the win 20 games. In terms of the comp pass setup, in regards to looking forward at potentially the way the comp pass would work for Season 2, if they do what they did with Season 1, which was the 8 weeks or 60 days, if you're like me and you don't really want to play MUT champs, based on the weekly breakdowns, if they keep the same rewards as well, where at level 48, which is the second free player at 2,791 Comp Pass XP, you can get most of the way if you do your dailies every day, get your solo battles done every week, and get all of the head-to-head seasons done. Now, obviously, if you want to get it faster, MUT Champs is the way to go. One thing that I would hope that they change is the amount of XP that you can get. Now, for MUT Champs, like I said, is obviously the best at 258 per week. Solo battles is sitting at 108 XP per week. And what has led people to say that this really isn't a comp pass is the head-to-head season, because with that, you only get 51 per week. I would hope that they would increase that, maybe push it closer to 100, but I also have a feeling that they would also knock the solo battles down, which a lot of people would not mind, but you would just have to redo the map. And the milestones is a great addition, coming in at what it was for season 1 at 650 total Comp Pass XP. So if it stays kind of like this, if you get all your solo battles done, all your head-to-head seasons done, all your milestones done, all your dailies done, if you do all those, that would only leave you 149 Comp Pass XP to go, which you could do within these three, because with all these 26, 50, 52, 78 between these three. So you could do that 2 weeks, just focus on getting these done and be done with it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. Now, I mentioned the one thing that I would like to see change would be the Comp Pass increase for the head-to-head seasons. But also, to do that, they might knock down the solo battle. Another thing, much like the win 7, 15, 20 games, another thing that I would like to see changed and taken out, probably won't happen, and this has kind of been a go-between for a lot of people. I understand why EA did it, but I also feel that it's not really necessary for it. I understand that they wanted to bring more competition in, but I also feel that it's not really a necessary thing, and that is the only tracks during win. Now, the way that the Comp Pass breaks down, if you haven't seen it before, the first 3 you get it whether you win or lose. Everything after, you only get these if you win. So like if you score like 4 touchdowns, you go for 2 each time. You just have to attempt it. Okay. The only way you get credit for that is if you win. So if you lose, you don't get it. I had somebody come into my chat one night, and he's like, I had like this most phenomenal game. Like, it was a high scoring game, and it was like 38-35. I can't exactly remember what he said, but he ended up, it might have been even like 48-51. He ended up losing that game. So if he already had these 3 stats done, the rest of these stats don't count. As I had mentioned, I understand why they did it, but the fact that you have to win games for stats to count, to me, it's counterproductive in my personal opinion, because you're going to have somebody, and I've done this as well, I have absolutely no shame in saying that if I get 3 possessions in and I'm down 14-0 and I can't do anything on offense, I'm not staying in that game, especially if I know the stats aren't going to count. Will taking the only tracks during wins out, will that help people stay in games a lot longer? Maybe yes, maybe no. You may still get your, you go down, you get ball first, you go down and score, you go on defense, you pick them off one time, and they quit the game. It's gonna happen. But maybe you might get those people that say, okay, well, I might just stay in this game to try to get something going, because it's not like you have to go 3 days. You have to get these Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have three and a half days to get these done. You have a whole week to get these 2 done. To get all 3 solo battles. If you're playing at anything other than rookie, come on now, what are you doing? You're sweating for no reason. But head-to-head seasons, MUT Champs, if you take the only tracks during wins out, you might get more competitive games, because now people will be like, oh, I can still get these and I have a chance. And I can still continue to try to score, maybe work on some things. I know I'm going to lose, but I can continue to get XP and Now, the final thing that I just wanted to talk about right quick. If you have played since the beginning, obviously you don't see it here in the milestones. They had a thing when the Comp Pass first started, they had a milestone. If you go 25-0 in MUT Champs, you get 1,000,000 coins. Just going 25-0 in 1 week. I've seen a lot of people go in and be like, "Oh, hit 25, continue to hit 25-0 and thinking that they're going to give them some kind of make raise." They took it away because a lot of people did exactly what you thought was going to happen. They started desyncing people, cheating to get wins. People would have it done within 1 day. What? Some people would have it done within 2 days. Like, come on, really? So they ended up taking that out after finding out a lot of people were cheating. And it's like, good, don't bring it back. Again, I understand why they put it in there to make it more competitive, but at the same time, it's cross-platform now. Call of Duty deals with the same thing, especially when it comes to PC players. Not saying that it's always the PC players, but PC players can do certain things that console players can't do. So I hope that they don't bring it back because it makes the games a lot sweatier than they absolutely need to be. So what I'm going to be looking at doing for season 2 is I'm mainly going to focus on getting the solo battles, getting my solo battles done, and getting my head-to-head seasons done, completing all objectives to get the head-to-head season. And the points in the fourth quarter, if you take off the only tracks during wins, you might actually get more games that go into the fourth quarter. Other than that, if you're not going to do that, take those out. I'm going to be focused on getting the solo battles and the head-to-head seasons along with the dailies done. And depending on what the 3 look like, if I can get them done without doing too many games, then I'm gonna try it just because. But that's kind of the outlook for season 2 in terms of what I'm going to be doing on this account, which is my only account, in order to continue to grind and continue to advance this team. Okay, let's get into the packs now. So we have a Max Fantasy pack that I'm going to open up as well. I'm also going to do the 186 Elite as well. And I'm going to do 5 of the Gridiron Guardian pack. Now, in regards to the 86 plus Elite card, looking at the prices of 86s, I feel it's the best. I feel it's the perfect time because the cheapest one is about 120. So anything over that, being that it's 100K, anything over that is no matter what, you're making a little bit of profit. Obviously, depending on which card it is, like Warren Moon, if I was to pull the 87 Warren Moon, he's still going for 169. But there are certain cards, like if I was to pull Dan Dierdorf, 183. A lot of people are opening the packs because of this. Pulling an 88, you're really in the money at this point. You know, Emmanuel Wilson, 262, even if you don't use them. Logan Mankins, 267. Sean Taylor, 271. Aaron Rodgers, 278. And if I somehow get lucky and really pull the LTD, David DeCastro, 680. Let's look. Bo Jackson, 259. He dropped because Walter Payton came out at 692. That's a card I could keep or I could sell. And then obviously, the other man that just came out, Troy P at 660. If I happen to pull Isaiah Simmons, 610. Either which way, opening that pack will give me profit, which I like. Means I can really focus on building the squad. But let's get into this Max Fantasy pack. See what we pull. Maybe we get lucky. Ooh, an elite in the first round. We love those. 80s are going for at least probably 9-10K, so we can always sell him. So let's take him, let's go him, and let's go him. Obviously, I'm hoping that I pull something. 80 Thomas Morstead, love it. Obviously, I'm hoping that I pull something good, but at the same time, if I happen not to, it is what it is. But 2 out of a free pack, 2 elites, gotta love it. All right, let's do the Gridiron Guardians. Do 5 of these. Again, this is a small risk for something that you might pull. Here is our Gridiron Guardians. 81 overall EJ speed. Ooh, double pack. That is 83 Tyron Smith. Love it. That's pack 1. Tyron Smith could be going for a nice chunk of change, and we might have just made our coins back. We start off with one. Okay, Tyler Steen, Nick Baldwin. Oh, and platinum, Fred Warner. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's a big pull right there. This is being recorded for post-production. Unfortunately, as I was going through and doing the video, my camera ended up shutting off, and I ended up finishing the rest of the video muted. So I'm basically going to go over essentially what cards were pulled during the pack opening and continue on from there. So I ended up making some good pulls. One of them that was the 86 Fred Warner Platinum Coin Quick Sell card, which quick sells for $225K. However, if I wanted to sell him outright, as you can see, the recent sales, he got anywhere from $279 all the way up to almost $300K. So we might see if I can make a little coin off of him. I pulled that out of the 3,700K Gridiron Guardians pack. The next best pull that I ended up getting was the 86 Gridiron Guardians Preston Smith, which I could use him as an upgrade for the defense, especially for the pass rush, or I could also use him in the set to maybe get one of the masters, especially like when part 2 comes out, or if I so choose to, I could sell him for try to see if I could get him for maybe 120K before taxes, which would be about 108K. So that was another phenomenal pull that we had gotten. And also, as I had also mentioned in the video, I also did the 86 plus special offer, which was 100K coins, being that David DeCastro, Troy P., Walter Payton were also impacts that you could get any one of those. And we ended up pulling 87 overall Taylor Decker headliners, which honestly I could use him because he might be Andre Dillard is an 85 overall and Taylor Decker is obviously an 87, but at the same time that price was too sweet to give up, to pass up on. I did end up selling him for like I think I got like $268 after taxes. So we made, overall with the pack opening, we ended up making our coins back. And yeah, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow over here, looking to potentially get up to 75 subscribers by the end of the year. College football and professional football, hopefully your team's won. And yeah, that will do it for today's video. I'm out, and go Bills.